What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and after over 3 years of waiting for this movie and people telling you it didn't exist, Zack Snyder's Justice League is finally here, and the fans seem to be absolutely loving this movie. But before we get into it, I do need to talk about the elephant in the room. One of the reasons I haven't posted on this channel for the past few days, one, I was extremely busy with offline stuff, real life stuff that was going on as far as people coming into town, things like that. But also, there was a charity stream that I talked a lot about on this channel, promoted a lot on this channel, that we were doing on Uche Waneri's channel. I was a part of it, so were a lot of other people. We had Zack Snyder come on there, and one of the first things out of his mouth has been circulated a lot going on. He very much disavowed and disassociated with Geeks and Gamers, and then his next statement, was talking about disavowing hate of any kind. Now, I have a lot of different thoughts on that. This is not the video where I'm going to get into that. We are waiting for a potential clarification, but I can guarantee you one way or the other, in the next 24 to 48 hours, I will make my thoughts on all of that crystal clear. But suffice to say, there's no doubt that what Zack Snyder said and the reaction to what he said from everyone affected my enjoyment of this movie. Now, it's not going to affect my judgment of it, but this is a movie that I have been asking for, that I have been begging for, that I've been out there trying to get for years. Whether it's released the Snyder Cut, whether it's making videos to tell people that this is a thing, whatever it is, you know, I've been part of this for a long time. And definitely it was a gut punch and a slap in the face in a lot of ways when Zack Snyder came onto that stream and said that, especially to a community who had just raised so much money for him. But there's a lot of details. It's much more complex than that. This is not the video where I'm going to go into details. But I couldn't make this video without getting that out of the way first. Take a look at Rotten Tomatoes. Now, that critic score, we talked a little bit about it. It was around 78, 79. Now it is dripping down a little bit to 74%. And you can clearly see that there is a difference between all critics and top critics. Top critics, a lot more of the top critics, the real blue check marks, the ones that are out there, the established people, they had a problem with this movie, much lower rated than when you take all critics into effect. But when you look at that audience rating, a 96%, we do have to talk about the fact that Zack Snyder has very rabid fan base that are going to go out there and they are going to make sure that they rate this thing. I guarantee you that a bigger portion of fans of this movie are probably going to go and they are going to leave their rating here because they know how important it is to possibly continuing the Snyderverse to talk about how they feel about this movie. That is what we're seeing. We're seeing the overwhelming amount of people have positive reactions to the Snyder Cut. Even people that I know really don't like Zack Snyder's DCEU, even they are coming out of this saying, hey, listen, I might not think it's perfect, might not like a lot of Snyder's style, but this is definitely a vast improvement and a much better movie than we saw in 2017, and I have to agree. I'll probably be doing an actual full review here at some point, but you can't deny it. For those of us that were waiting for this, for those of us that were talking about this, it was, in a lot of ways, basically everything that we thought it would be, and in some cases more. Now, of course, there's little things like here and there. I think at some points there was a little bit of a drag maybe to story. I think maybe like the singing part with Batman and Aquaman, the singing women, I think that went on maybe a touch too long. Little lines of dialogue here and there, but overall, I thought it was an absolutely fantastic movie. And if you go over to IMDb, it looks like the fans are also agreeing over here on IMDb. You can see 8.4 out of 10. That is pretty high for IMDb, and so high, in fact, that if you take a look, let's go to top rated movies. Shawshank Redemption #1, The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2, then The Dark Knight at 9. The Dark Knight is like the one up there in terms of comic book movies. Nothing else really comes too close. Really the closest that you can find other than that. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I can see it, an 8.4 is the next highest comic book movie that you will find. 8.4 is also what Zack Snyder's Justice League got, but you also have things like Joker as an 8.4. Avengers Infinity War is an 8.4. Dark Knight Rises somehow is an 8.3. That shouldn't be that high. There's no way. So you can tell there's definitely fan voting is going to influence this. There's no two ways about it. But when you stack, if you're talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League being up there with Joker and Infinity War, I think you can say that that's a good thing for Warner Brothers. That's a good thing for HBO Max. Maybe not such a good thing for Warner Brothers, because they're going to have that pressure. They're going to be under the gun to restore the Snyderverse, continue Zack Snyder's vision for the DCEU. And I'm really happy seeing scores like this for a movie that, again, I've been talking about for a long time. I've been pretty vocal about my support for it, and for Zack Snyder himself, which it is unfortunate for me that I maybe wasn't able to enjoy it as much as I would have wanted to, with all the fallout of everything that happened after that. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What did you think about the Snyder Cut? Did it live up to the hype? Are you excited to see scores like this out there? Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.